The O Season 2 dropped on Netflix on March 22 with all 8 episodes made available in one go. The series first aired in 2016 and is perhaps one of the most confusing shows on Netflix. Part 2, or Season 2, has left viewers confused, and fans the world over want to know how the new run ended and what happened to Prairie Johnson, played by Britt Marling, and the rest of the characters. The series was building up the house on Nob Hill as being the focal point for the entire series. But what was the house? And what made it so special? What happened at the end of the O, Part 2 ? Warning. This article contains major spoilers for the O Part 2. It was revealed in Chapter 7, Nina as over there was some kind of hallucinogenic allude to the creepy building, and it was down to Kareem Washington, Kingsley Ben-Adir, to work out what it was. When plucky Detective Kareem finally made it to the rose glass at the top of the building, he was greeted with a portal to another dimension. More on that in a moment. At the same time as this, inquisitive Dr. Hunter Aloysius Hap Percy, Jason Isaacs, felt he had stumbled across an enormous discovery. He had discovered a cube-like design which could perform the 5 movements and thus transport whoever needed to move to another dimension. He tried to win back the affections of Prairie by showing her the discovery he had made, but alas, it wasn't real. And at the same time as that, Prairie's friends from Season 1, made up of Buck Vu, Ian Alexander, Alfonso French Souza, Brandon Pera, Steve Winchall, Patrick Gibson, Elizabeth Betty Broderick Allen, Phyllis Smith, and Rachel Sharon Van Eaton, are desperately trying to get Prairie back in their dimension, with or without Homer Emery Cohen. How many episodes are in the O Season 2 ? They go on an epic road trip to San Francisco and stumble across the same facility Hap and Prairie are at. The gang immediately start to perform the 5 movements and started to open the portal for Prairie. She was threatened with Hap, who wanted to take her away to a separate dimension. Thankfully, Homer arrived to her side just at the right moment, but actually, it wasn't, and he was shot by Hap, who is in the cast of the O Season 2 ? Prairie held him while he bled out on the floor and promised Homer she would take him to another dimension where they may not know each other, but at least they'll be safe. It was at this point in the episode the stories finally converged together as Prairie was elevated to the sky. And at the same time, Kareem opened the portal and stared at Prairie floating in there, river between dimensions. However, she was interrupted in her flight by a white dove, which broke through the portal from Kareem's side and caused her to fall. She landed in what appeared to be the same dimension, but the O completely broke the 4th wall and announced the characters were actually on the set of the O. Where is the O Season 2 filmed? What's more, as Prairie lay lying on the floor bleeding from the head, Hap ran over to her but called her Britt, the actress's name. To make matters more confusing, Hap then explained to the ambulance paramedics he was Jason Isaacs, the actor who plays him. While they were driving away in the ambulance, Kareem was watching the TV set below him and seemed confused by the scene, just like every viewer watching, probably. He spotted Buck across the set, and recognized him as Michelle, the girl he was looking for originally who had since transitioned. Kareem shouted for Michelle to join him, but when Buck arrived at the window, the portal was broken and Michelle, who was missing and presumed dead, woke up in the game creator's house. Back in the ambulance, Britt and Jason traveled to the hospital, but an incredibly speedy Steve ran and caught up with the moving vehicle, jumping inside. He called Jason Hap, and thus the show ended, with fans not really sure who is in which dimension and how on earth Steve even crossed over. Does this mean the teenager D in his world? Surely time will tell when the characters return for the O Part 3, as confirmed by Jason and Kingsley. The O is available to stream on Netflix now. This article contains affiliate links, which means we may receive a commission on any sales of products or services we write about. This article was written completely independently. See more details here.